jump ball call. Possession will stay with Wilmington North. Substitution in the game for the Varsities. Number 42, Zach Pierce. Number 20, Beth Kelly. Substitution in the game for the Olympics, Logan Brewer over here. And from Olympic North, Nick Dolson. Dolson replacing for 2, Kobe Davis. Halftime score, Brooklyn North 26, Varsities 20. Cougar fans, just a couple of things here. If you're heading out there to get some concessions on a television, is the 1997 semifinal game being played out there. And we got a live stream also of this game, but if you're out there in the hallway, out on the television, the 1997 semifinal game. And then during the varsity game, the championship game will be shown out in the hallway. And of course, in between games, in between the JV and varsity game, will be our celebration honoring that 20-year team, the 1997 state champion Bloomington High School North Cougars. Again, the last true state champion. They name 4 nowadays. Back then, it was only 1. So hang tight, stick around, enjoy the festivities between the games. Columbus East will have the ball, starting the second half. Traveling to call, turnover back to Columbus East. Three-point basket good, Carson Whitehead. Foul called on number 31, Sam Weegar, his second foul. First team foul on Bloomington North this half. Columbus East ball out of bounds. Carson Whitehead, two-point basket. Sam Weegar, three-pointer. Jump ball to call, possession to the Cougars. Foul called on number 40, Logan Brewer, his first team foul on Columbus East. On the line, shooting two for Bloomington North, Sam Weegar. Substitution into the game for Columbus East, number 22, Luke Poindexter. Nick Dawson. Out of bounds of Columbus East. Substitution for Bloomington North into the game. Number 33, Jack Cochran. Cochran placing number 43, Evan Todd. Foul called on number 11, Noah Spencer, his second team foul on Bloomington North. Foul called on number 23, Dane Deniston. His second team foul on Columbus East. Into the game for Bloomington North, number 12, Zach Good. Cougar basketball. Cougar basketball. Foul call on Kobe Davis, his third team foul on Bloomington North. Shooting 2, number 22, Luke Poindexter. Substitution in for the Cougars, Michael Barron returns. In for Columbus East, Logan Brewer. Noah Spencer. Logan Brewer, 2-point bucket. Three-point basket good by Zach Good. Foul call on number 10, Drew Johnson, his first team foul on Columbus East. Substitutions in for Bloomington North, replacing Jack Cochran, is number 10, Braden Urbanski. In for Columbus East, number 20, Beck Kelly. Good for three. Carson Whitehead, 2-point bucket. That'll be a jump ball. Possession to Columbus East. And at the end of 3, it's Bloomington North 39, Columbus East 31. After the timeout, into the game for the Olympians will be number 24, Wyatt Koopman. And returning to the game for Bloomington North, Jack Cochran, Sam Weegar, and Kobe Davis. Again, fans, stick around. Immediately following this JV basketball game, we will honor and celebrate the accomplishment of our 1997 Bloomington High School North boys basketball team, the last all-state basketball champion, the last true Indiana State champion. We've got a number of administrators, players, cheerleaders, coaches, number of folks back for the celebration, so stick around right after this game and enjoy the festivities. Bloomington North will have the basketball to begin this 4th and final corner of our junior varsity basketball game. Backcourt violation called on Bloomington North. Turnover to Columbus East. Foul called on number 5, Nick Dolson, his 2nd foul, 4th team foul on Bloomington North. Substitution for Columbus East into the game, number 23, Dane Deniston. Deniston replacing number 30, Carson Whitehead. Out of bounds, Olympians. Basket good, Luke Poindexter. Jack Cochran. Wyatt Koopman with the 2-point bucket. Three-pointer good, Kobe Davis. Luke Poindexter with the bucket. Columbus East with the timeout. Substitutions into the game for Bloomington North. Number 50, Tristan Woods, and number 12, Zach Good. We could at this time have our 1997 state champ honorees to meet in the hallway outside the gym here on the east side of the building. So if our 1997 honorees could make their way down to the hallway right outside the gymnasium here, we'd appreciate it. Foul call on number 33, Jack Cochran, his third. 15th foul on Bloomington North. Wyatt Koopman on the line shooting two. Substitution for the Cougars. Into the game, number 31, Sam Weegar. Weegar replacing number 12, Zach Good. Jack Cochran, two-pointer. Foul call on number 31, Sam Weegar, his third. 16th foul on Bloomington North. On the line shooting two, Luke Poindexter. Carson Whitehead returns for the Olympians. Foul called on number 31, Sam Weegar, his fourth foul. 7th team foul on Bloomington North. Substitution into the game for the Cougars. Number 11, Noah Spencer. Substitution also into the game for Bloomington North. Number 12, Zach Good. Good replacing Uyghur. On the line shooting one in the bonus, Logan Brewer. Foul called on number 33, Jack Cochran, his fourth foul, 8th team foul on Bloomington North. Poindexter on the line, shooting two. Foul called on number 40, Logan Brewer, his second, 4th team foul on Columbus East. Timeout called, Columbus East. Again, for those folks who are here this evening, as a part of our 1997 state championship honoree list, please head on down to the hallway. If you haven't done so, right outside the gym on the east side, on the downstairs hallway. And again, reminder to all fans, stick around after this game. Immediately following the junior varsity game, we will have our celebration honoring our 1997 state champion team. Foul called on number 40, Logan Brewer, his third, 5th team foul on Columbus East. Foul called on number 12, Zach Good. His first. 9th team foul on Bloomington North, shooting one in the bonus for Columbus East, Logan Brewer. Timeout, Bloomington North. Bloomington North ball out of bounds coming out of the timeout. And one, Kobe Davis. Foul called on number 22, Luke Poindexter, his third 16 foul for Columbus East. Kobe Davis to shoot a free throw. Out of bounds to Columbus East. Logan Brewer, two-point bucket. Out of bounds off of Columbus East. Bloomington North basketball. Back into the game for Bloomington North, number 21, Cam Richardson. Out of bounds off of the Cougars. Columbus East basketball. Foul called on number 22, Luke Poindexter, his fourth. Seventh team foul on Columbus East. On the line shooting one in the bonus for the Cougars, number 2, Kobe Davis. Foul called on number 30, Carson White had his second, 8th team foul on the Olympians. On the line shooting one in the bonus for Bloomington North, number 12, Zach Good. Foul called on number 12, Zach Good. His second, 10th team foul on Bloomington North. On the line shooting 2, number 24, Wyatt Koopman. Into the game for Bloomington North, number 31, Sam Weegar. Weegar replacing number 21, Cam Richardson. Thirty-second timeout call, Columbus East. Foul called on number 20, Beck Kelly, his second. 9th team foul on Columbus East. On the line shooting one in the bonus for Bloomington North, number 5, Nick Dolson. Jump ball the call, possession to Columbus East. Foul call on number 22, Luke Poindexter. That's his 5th foul. 10th foul on Columbus East. Into the game replacing Poindexter, number 42, Zach Pierce. On the line shooting 2 for Bloomington North, number 2, Kobe Davis. Three-point basket, good. Carson Whitehead. Timeout called, Columbus East. That's a full timeout. Again, reminder to everyone, right after the junior varsity basketball game, we will have our celebration honoring and celebrating the 1997 state champion boys basketball team right here from Bloomington North. The last all-class state basketball champion. Foul called on number 42, Zach Pierce, his first. On the line shooting the double bonus for Bloomington North, number 2, Kobe Davis. Three-point basket, good. Carson Whitehead. Timeout, Columbus East. And your final score, Bloomington North 56, Columbus East 53. Give it up for both of these teams. Nice job out there, gentlemen. All right, folks, sit tight. We're going to get the floor ready for our celebration. Certainly an honor. 20 years ago this year, the last single-class tournament for boys basketball in Indiana was won by Bloomington High School North. That's right. Big moment in the history of Bloomington North athletics. There's a number of folks back here this evening to be with us this evening. And I want to start with the voice of the Cougars for over 30 years. And those of you up in the stands, I see a few folks went to school with me. Mr. Ritz was always here every Friday and Saturday night when there was a basketball game. So I'd like to introduce the original voice of Bloomington High School North, Mr. Richard Ritz.
Thank you very much, Kelly. Just a little bit, we'll be set up and we'll begin.
That's why he's over there, Mane. Mane, that's why he's over with them. Oh, there's a presentation we're missing, Theo. Hey, look, it's the orange.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to start tonight's special recognition by welcoming the Columbus East Olympians and recognizing their head coach, Brent Chitty, who is formerly an assistant coach for our own Tom McKinney. Brent, yeah, good to see ya.
Yeah, Phil back.
It'll take a while. Brent's got a few people to hug here.
Mane, was it 97? Yeah. He gets like 84. Well, because Connor wanted to get like 78. So Connor, we had a booth here and we found out what movie was wrong. To be on Tuesday was okay. We worked it out. That's why he's coming. Neither was.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we proudly honor the last true state champions of the last all-inclusive state basketball tournament. As our honorees enter, and they have, we ask you to relive a piece of that incredible journey and see the faces and hear the voices of those young men that committed to doing the work and making the sacrifices to see their dreams come true.
With 4 seconds to play, the three on the way, no good, and the Cougars have won the state championship. 75-54, and they flood the floor. The cheerleaders, here comes the confetti on to the floor as the Cougars win it 75-54 over the Delta Eagles, bringing home the state championship for the first time in 78 years, closing out 28-1 with a 19-game winning streak. What a season!
This team, it's one love, one heartbeat. We do everything together. We play ball, we chill at each other's houses, whatever. It's just one love, you know. Never forget that.
Well, if you look up team in the dictionary, you probably see us there. You know, that's what we are. Everybody just loves each other. You know, from the coaches to the managers to everybody, we get along. There's no beefs on the team.
That we realized our goal, and that the way we achieved it was by being a team on the court and off the court. And by that I mean we were just the best of friends.
This whole season has been like a dream for me. You know, it's just been a great opportunity for me to play with a bunch of people a great group of guys that I really enjoy being with.
Is this a dream? You know, I'm actually standing up here getting a state championship trophy. You know, it was I could have done without losing the teeth, though.
I don't think it'll sink in until my kids are in high school and I realize how important it is to them, too.
I think I'll remember the team a lot and how in 8th grade when we all kind of became friends, the senior guys all said they'd win state their senior year, and everyone kind of laughed, and just kind of proves that if you work towards your goals, you can succeed. And I enjoyed just being able to share it with them.
I hope I never forget the friendships that I've acquired through this experience. All these players and coaches mean so much to me. They really have been my family through the last 3 or 4 years, and I'll never forget them.
To me, the most important thing is that the whole time I was with my boys having fun, you know. We were doing what we like to do, playing ball.
48-39 with 6 seconds to play. Down the
Seth
three.
got the ball, and when he shot it, I started to run the other way. And I turned around and I saw Jabril, and then all of a sudden people mobbed him, and then about 2 seconds later they were all on me, and it was just great. It was real hot, but I didn't even care.
And the fans came down after the South game, and like all the fans putting us up in their arms and whatnot. It was just great. I mean, that's something I'll always remember. I think about it every day.
Because the fans made it that much better. You know, fans coming out running, hugging, and all that. You know, that just made it that much better.
We held the ball at the last 3 minutes of the third quarter because Queth was on the floor, on the bench with 3 fouls. Jabril had not felt well, was also on the bench, and we had mismatches. But David and I had talked about this for a long period of time. You know, as we talk about strategies and everything like that. And when I decided to have us hold the ball, I wanted David to have the ball.
It was really a great feeling to be able to win a state championship with my father being the coach. I mean, it was just a family dream, and it just meant everything to accomplish it.
I get goosebumps right now thinking about it. I can't even explain what it feels like. I mean, it's just something that I'll cherish forever.
We really never thought that anybody could stop us. We still don't feel like we played our best game in the tournament, but we still came out on top and won a state championship.
Hey guys, I mean, we're really number one.
We're very overwhelmed with the amount of people who are here at 1 o'clock in the morning.
County Commissioners of Monroe County declare March the 24th, 1997, Bloomington High School North Cougar Day.
It was great going around all the elementary schools and the autograph sessions we had. It shows you we have great support here in Bloomington.
We were autographing kids' things, and I was always one of the last ones to get on the bus because, hey, I'm not going to go pro. I'm not going to be a person that everybody just always admires. So I got to take advantage of what I have now.
The neatest thing, I think, was going around to all the elementary schools. You know, you don't really realize that all these kids are watching you, but once you get there and you realize, wow, these kids are like, oh, give me your autograph. I like talking to the little kids. It was just great because they were so excited to see us, and it was, you know, it's a big deal for us.
Hard work pays off. You keep playing hard, something good will happen. And that's all we kept doing, and something good did happen.
I just hope I remember everything. It's just great. I don't want to forget it. I know I won't.
Y'all ready to go to war? Hey, it's time to get in line. It's time to represent. Northside Cougars, what time is it? It's time to get in line. It's time to represent. Northside Cougars, what time is it?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our honorees. And if you would please hold your applause until the end. I know that will be hard to do, but it'll make things go a little faster, okay? And I will be giving an abbreviated resume of each as you follow along in your program for enhanced details. First, Roger Gunkel was our former assistant principal, now retired. Ralph Siebold, athletic director for 15 years, girls and track and cross country coach for 22 years, now retired and runs an antique business. Sandy Searcy, our assistant athletic director, boys and girls swim coach, and now with the National Federation of High Schools in the sports division. Ron and Evelyn Crow. Ron was a teacher and baseball coach, and with Evelyn, his wife, spent over 25 years running the scoreboard and keeping time. Jim Van Osdol, retired North Science Department chair, has willingly volunteered 45 years and counting as the Cougar scorekeeper, both home and away. And he's sitting right down here, yeah. You can't applaud him, boy. Okay. George Cornwell, the best team bus driver ever and now captain with the Bloomington Fire Department. And the assistant coaches, Steve Philbeck, teacher of social studies at North. Kurt Simic, teacher of health and peer mediation at North. Josh Wenning, now a father to 4 sons and an education administrator in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And Tom Bowers, retired from the Kelly School of Business. And now the cheerleaders. Their head coach was Stephanie Stokes Tolliver, now busy raising her beautiful and talented daughter. And assistant coach Jeff Cox, now with Care Star of Indiana as case manager. The other cheerleaders, and you can read about them in your program: Susan McKinley, Lynette Newman, Brecken Newby, Robin Henry, Wendy Shively, Sarah Hawkins, Brooke Lozano, and Emily Bettis. And we don't want to forget our honorary cheerleader supporting the Cougars at every game, Stevie McGovern. Stand up, Stevie. Attaboy. The caliber of talent on this squad, their commitment to their school and promoting support for the Cougars was great. They led their school and community and enthusiastically cheered their Cougars on as part of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And now the players. With each of the players that are present this evening, I will give you a brief personal description from Tom McKinney's own words. First, guard David McKinney. David was a leader in the sense that he could get after them. Forwards, Matt Reed and Ryan Reed, the Reed twins. Never said anything, they just went in and went to work. Center, Jabril Conte. Jabril really became a man in the middle there for us, just a tough physical presence. And guard and MVP of the state finals, Jeremy Sensabaugh. Jeremy was confident enough to sense when a big shot was needed and to hit it, and he defended the other team's primary perimeter threat. And guard Andy Jeffers, represented by his mother, Sherry Jeffers. He's now in Florida with the Aon Company. He was a junior that made the starters better every day. All of these guys played with toughness, like Matt Reed, who would lose 2 teeth in the final game and refuse to come out. The teeth didn't refuse to come out, however. They played defense all the time and held the Delta team scoreless in the first quarter of the state final game. They had a balanced offense that saw all 7 players in regular rotation lead the team in scoring at least once during the season and in assists as well. Finally, head coach Tom McKinney. Coach McKinney would take these boys and this team on a mission. His personal accomplishments are many, but during this season, he had but one goal. Andy Graham wrote, "The Cougars played in storied gyms and won racehorse games, slow-down games, close games, and quite a few blowouts. At one point, get this, they were winning with a 33-point average. Huge three-pointers, dunks, blocks, steals, and clutch plays were part of every game. This team had members that represented 5 different countries, and yet, in the words of Ryan Reed, we are absolutely one. There is no color on this team. We are all one color." While they celebrated the school's first ever #1 ranking in February, the goal was to conquer all comers in March. And once they were there in the RCA Dome in front of over 26,000 fans, being just a finalist wouldn't be good enough. Coach McKinney knew that, in his words, Cougars came not just to see, but to conquer. From 382, get that, 382 teams that began the final 87-year-old all-inclusive tournament, the Cougars would become the last true state champions. We'd like to ask at this time all former coaches, players, cheerleaders, and managers at any time, please stand. And please join in showing these men and women our pride in them and appreciation for their enduring legacy to Bloomington High School North. And now, a final personal note to close out the session. Most of you think I'm nuts, and you're right. Thank you all for coming. What a great celebration.
Richard Ritz, everybody, the voice of the Cougars. One more time for our 1997 state champion honorees.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what you are seeing is Bloomington High School North, where it is time for Cougar basketball between the host Bloomington North Cougars, sitting right now at 6-7 against the 6-8 Columbus East Olympians. We got a reunion of sorts in a lot of ways going on. Tonight they're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the 1997, the single class state champion. The last one's the team coached by Coach Tom McKinney. Again, Tom McKinney Court named for him. But also a reunion with Brent Chitty, a former assistant coach for Tom McKinney. He left before that state-run team, but he has been a longtime friend of the Cougars. Grew up here in Bloomington, went on to coach at Owen Valley, then down in Evansville, now finds himself in Columbus East. And so a reunion of sorts between them as well. I am joined by Bill Walters. Bill, what do you see so far before a game here?
A couple of teams that need to get some wins. Columbus East won their last two. North's dropped their last two. Both stand Columbus East 6-8, Bloomington North 6-7. Both well down in their conference. A win would pull Columbus East even in their conference at 2-2. So certainly a game where both teams trying to gain some momentum.
Right, so we have a pretty evenly matched up team. We're hoping for some good action. We do know that Cougars tend to score points and the Olympians tend to not allow points. So we are going to see how the immovable force does against the unstoppable, or immovable object against the unstoppable force, if I can get my metaphors right. We are going to have the Cougar Pep Band playing our national anthem, as you see everyone getting ready for that. So we will sign off for a little bit while we play the national anthem.
Bloomington North would like to extend a special welcome to the team and fans of tonight's opponent, the Columbus East Olympians. Their principal, Martin Newell, and their athletic director, Pete Hughes. Would everyone now please stand and honor those serving, those who have served, and those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country, and join the Bloomington North Pep Band with the playing of our national anthem.
So that was the Cougar Pep Band with the national anthem. Bill, I believe you were a member of the Cougar Pep Band back in the day. Is that correct?
A long time ago, Jeff. Yes, indeed. Going back to the matchup you're talking about here tonight, it'll be interesting. Columbus East balanced effort, it appears scoring-wise. A couple starters just over 10 points a game in McFall and Foster. And then obviously North carried in almost every statistical category by Musa Jallo. So it'll be interesting to watch sort of a team effort here against an all-star.
Looks like for sure the size advantage leading slightly towards the Olympians. So we'll see. I think the Cougars going to have some matchup problems. Starting a lineup for the Olympians, that one guard at number 12, Max Nolting. The other guard, I believe, is going to be Jonathan Foster, number 11. Forwards are going to be Tanner McFall. He tends to be the scoring option for the Olympians. He's number 25. Thomas Myers, number 44. also starts. And then the big man in the middle, 6'7" senior, number 32, Chaz Painter. For the Cougars, basically the same lineup they've had the last few games. They've got Sean Rudder, a senior, at guard. Also at guard, junior Liam Wilkerson, rounding out the three-guard lineup. Freshman, number 23, Tim Brewster. Musa Jallo is the player most people associate with North. Very talented 6'6" junior. He is going to be doing the bulk of the ball handling for the Cougars and maybe the scoring. And Logan Calvin rounding out the lineup, a 6'3" senior who is nothing but just pure hustle all the time, number 45. Jallo, again, my observations with the Cougars, when Jallo is part of the team plan, they do quite well. When he is the team plan, they don't tend to do very well.
It's a tough balancing act when you've got such a good player on your team to make sure you're getting teammates involved. Just to give you an idea, how good Jallo's playing this year. Leads the conference that North is in every statistical category, short of the assists, and he's number 3 there. Number 2 in that category is Rudder from North, his teammate. So very good year so far for Musa.
Yeah, he is definitely a special player, someone who will play at the next level. He has had, I believe, a verbal agreement with Indiana University, but that was his sophomore year, so we'll see what ends up happening with Musa down the road. But right now, we've got action that started. Columbus East taking the tip. That is number 12, Nolting, giving off to McFall. Again, McFall is going to be their main option. Into Painter, kicks it out to Myers. Three-pointer on the way is good. So Thomas Myers, 6'3" forward, able to hit the three-pointer. There you see the ball in the hands of Musa. He does kick it out to Liam Wilkerson, who answers that three-pointer with one of his own.
Yeah, a couple of nice plays to start off. Looks like North's going to go into a trap right away.
North going to make the Olympians work to get it up the court. Myers, kind of a little awkward moving around there. Brewster on the floor, tried to grab it, but it quickly flew out of his hands. I think he was trying to avoid a travel call. Lost control. Rudder on defense. Taken underneath there by McFall. Again, McFall is their primary scoring option.
And I didn't catch, out of the trap if they did match up man, but Rudder won't be able to check McFall, I don't think.
No, McFall took him down underneath quite easily. We did have a little foul there on the perimeter called on Myers. He fouled Tim Brewster. I did mention, it looks like the Olympians are a bit of a matchup problem for the Cougars, but I think it works the other way around too. I don't know that the Olympians are going to be able to match up well. So we'll see where the mismatches are and see how that plays out. Jallo handling the ball. That's Logan Calvin. Sean Rudder, senior, long cross-court pass to Musa Jallo, who pulls up for the three. In and out, no good, but Logan Calvin right there for the rebound, kicks it out to Brewster. Going to reset.
Yeah, you'd like to see Calvin go right back up with that one.
Yeah, kind of surprised he didn't take it back up. But Cougars reset. Jallo again does a lot of the ball handling. He pulls up and able to hit a three from the top of the key. Again, that time it worked. Sometimes Musa gets a little bit of a quick trigger. That was on a reset, so they worked the ball around. He got open. 10-second violation, the call. Don't see that too often, but Cougar press able to get a 10-second violation.
And there wasn't much pressure to speak of there. That was just, I think, a mental lapse there by the Olympians.
Yeah, I think the Olympians were being cautious, taking it slow, and took it too slow. Sean Rudder now gets it to Jallo. Jallo kicks it out, and then picks it right back up. Three on the way, kind of falling back, no good. Myers.
They're going to go man-to-man here now. North is on the defensive end.
That is McFall there going in. Again, bodying up on Rudder, and that is definitely a mismatch.
Well, Rudder may prove me wrong. He played great defense there. He kept his feet moving, didn't reach, little contact, but very good defense there by Rudder.
Yeah, there was contact, but the referee saw it as just pretty much, I guess, mutual contact. Rudder shifts his feet. He does have a problem doing that. He tends to sometimes get the ball and shuffle just a little bit. Go ahead.
No, sorry, Jeff. Just there's no reason to pick your dribble up that far away from the basket.
Right. I mean, that's what leads to the problem as he puts that dribble up and then shifts his feet around. Presses on again. They do get it across the timeline. Nolting puts up a little runner. No good. Lots of people going for the rebound. Ends up in the hands of Nolting. Nolting, a little bit pressure there. Musa kind of giving him the chest. Musa's got to watch out for those kind of things. There's no question other teams are going to key on him. And if they can get cheap fouls on him, that just puts him on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, he went right around Musa on that one.
It's one of those plays where sometimes you just got to let him go. Like that play right there, Logan Calvin got beat. Jazz Painter puts it up and in. It's just better to let him go, not do the foul.
Nice out-of-bounds set there by Chitty.
Tough pass. Ball knocks around, ends up in the hands of Brewster. Jallow driving it down. Pulls up an ill-advised three. Gets it out to Brewster, though. Logan Calvin able to corral that long three. Ball bounces around, however, a little disjointed here for the Cougars.
I think your initial statement, Jeff, the ladder is what's happening is North is standing around and watching Jallow on offense. There's no movement off the ball.
Yeah, they think he's going to do it. Now, kind of in the other player's defense, Jallow is kind of taking the ball and putting it up. So the Cougars going to have a substitution. Sharpshooter Jack Townsend coming in. Actually going to come in for Musa Jallow. I think Coach Andy Hodson has a little bit of question of what's with the three-pointers going on. So Sean Rudder coming across. So go ahead.
I'll just say the East is playing sticky man-to-man on North thus far.
They're going to definitely want to keep an eye on Jack Townsend. Again, he is a sharpshooter who can hit threes anywhere in the gym pretty much. Tim Brewster, you know that?
Well, I don't know there.
I think that was kind of an assumed travel. I don't think he really did that one. Couple substitutions for the Olympians. That's 21. Matthew Frost coming in.
Yeah, both teams turnover-wise, it looks like right around East averages 12 a game and North 13. So they don't turn it over too much, but certainly early on here, not the best play.
33, Drew Hasten also into the game for the Olympians. David Morgan checking in for the Cougars. He's number 3. Morgan is a fun player to watch. He can really slash into the lane and make things happen on offense. Plays good defense as well. Nolting going to pull up just in front of the line and hits it for a 2. So 3-point lead now for the Olympians. We're halfway through the first quarter. Cougars need to get some continuity going on here. Again, Musa Jallow on the bench. So Cougars got to find some scoring from somewhere.
I think this will get the other players going, but just a lot of stuff with the ball, a lot of ball screens, drive and dish. You don't see a lot of screening going on away from the ball.
There's Townsend bit back from the line. He's long. No good. So if the Cougars going to have a chance tonight, they're going to need to be hitting their shots, and I think they're taking some rushed, ill-advised shots at this point. Doesn't seem to be flowing within their offense.
No shot clock last time I checked in high school.
High school has not adopted the shot clock yet, so no need to rush anything. Just run the offense.
See, look, there's a good flash in the lane there by McFall. He may walk with it, but North's not getting that. They're not getting these hard cuts into the lane, getting opportunities down low rather than just dribble and dish.
So Jallow coming back into the game, also returning for the Olympians, Jonathan Foster, number 11. Going to be interesting to see what Jallow does. Again, Coach Andy Hodson was not very happy with Jallow when he took him out of the game. So after a quick sit for a minute or two, let's see what Jallow is going to have for us after this timeout. Timeout, I believe, called by the Cougars. Not totally sure on that.
Yeah, North did call timeout there, I believe. I mean, obviously not the start. Averaging 70 points a game. We've got 6 points here, closing in on the end of the first quarter. So clearly not the start that North wanted, but plenty of game left here to get things moving. To me, it's going to start on the defensive end, get some turnovers and get some things going down there, and start running it a little bit potentially.
The Cougars, averaging around 70, and what the Olympians, where's their average on the
54 a game?
54, so that's quite a discrepancy. Yeah. Can tell the Cougars like to score. Columbus East playing more of a slow-down game. Again, it's just going to be a matter of which force can prevail here. A little more movement now by the Cougars. But going to call the travel.
I mean, that's 3 travels. It's probably probably a combination of North and this official, but that's a lot of traveling to start the game.
Well, and far away from the basket as well. Tim Brewster checks back in for this time for Rudder. Myers. That's Foster, number 11. No question I'm going to know the names of the North players a whole lot better than the Olympians, but we'll try. That's a nice pass.
Yep.
233, Hasten.
Yeah, Jallo just fell asleep there defensively. His man cut to the hoop. Easy layup.
He did not follow his man in, and the Olympians now up 5 early on. David Morgan into the lane, loses the handle, gets it back. Liam Wilkerson now, that's Brewster. They got their shooters on the court now.
Certainly a lot more movement, too.
So David Morgan doing what he does best, slashing in, drawing a foul. Doesn't hit the bucket, but he'll shoot 2.
And you like to see that aggressiveness going in the lane. We were talking before the game, kids these days so worried how it looks when they get their shot blocked. There's an end result, and he got blocked, but he also got a foul.
Yeah, David is not someone shy about going into the middle and slashing the lane. He is very effective as he slices through. Had a kind of a strange injury, had a broken leg that then led to him favoring that leg over the other as he's 1 and 2 on his free throws, which led him to missing a lot of time. He still says he's not 100% healthy, but he is definitely contributing more and more to the Cougars.
Looked like some sort of trap there by North. Brewster playing hard here for North, number 23.
Jallo gets it down to Morgan, who takes a step back, gets himself fouled, heading to the basket again.
Again, another good aggressive play. But defensively on the last possession, it was interesting. It looked like that they had kind of Brewster sort of roaming there and just following the ball. And he's proved to play hard, and looks like a bright future for him here at North.
Yeah, only a freshman. And no doubt as with every game, that opening chess match, they start seeing what one team do and how do we stop that. The other team has to counter. Back into the lineup for the Olympians, Tanner McFall, again, their main scorer. David Morgan, again, hits the first, misses the second of his free throws. So it's an 8-11, 3-point lead for the Olympians. That's McFall. Kind of slipped, goes down, bumped a bit by Jallo.
Trying to get Columbus East out of their game here, the half-court set. So far, that's working with this 2-1-2.
Ball gets knocked around there. McFall able to knock it away from Jallo. That's 12. Nolting, but no good.
And
ball knocked away.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a missed block out. Fundamentals there. Ball goes up. You got to find a man. Don't follow the ball. Columbus East retains possession.
Some people in the crowd giving it to Brent Chitty, who, again, a Bloomington native who has coached around. Now he's at Columbus East. A favorite person here in Bloomington, though. Quite a personality. Loud and brash. Liam Wilkerson able to knock it away. Ball gets tipped around, though, into the hands of Hasten. Unable to connect. Jack Townsend pulling it down. So the Cougars dodged some bullets on that possession. Jack Townsend pulls it back, gives it to David Morgan. Morgan yet again diving in, and they're going to call the offensive player control foul.
I don't mind that. He was pretty controlled heading into the lane, made a nice dish out there. That's a tough call, and if I'm coaching Morgan, I'd tell him keep doing what you're doing there.
Yeah, that's something that's one of those 50-50 calls. You see that go either way. So it's a good aggressive play. Happy with the aggressive nature of it. So Logan Calvin checking back into the game for the Cougars. Trying to see the numbers now. Sorry, Nolting off to Foster. Whistle for a 3-second call on 32, Drew Hasten.
And this defensive set for North is bothering Columbus. They're a physical team. Don't know why they're feeling so rushed and within this, but certainly it's got them rattled.
Cougars with 10 seconds to go, an opportunity to tie this game up with a three-pointer. As the first quarter comes to close, Jallo goes in. They are calling that dual possession. I have to disagree. I'd say that guy had his arm wrapped around on Musa and was holding him down. But referee saw it as him having it on the with the ball, dual possession. That went to the Cougars. So 4 seconds to go. See what they can come up with. Jallo from the top of the key shoots no good. Calvin rebound, unable to get it back up quick enough. So at the end of the first quarter, we've got Cougars trailing the Columbus East Olympians 11 to 8. Again, 3-point game differential. So far, kind of seeing both teams feeling it out, trying to see what they can do. It looks like Columbus East is struggling a bit with North's full court press and new defensive alignment, whereas Cougars just seem to have trouble getting it going.
Yeah, offensively, North, just can't quite figure out what's going on. East isn't doing anything special. They're just playing a straight-up man-to-man defense, moving their feet, helping when they need to help. And, beyond that, North's just going to have to figure. I'd like to see them get the ball down the post a little bit. Everything's around the perimeter. I know they lack size, but you're not going to be able to run everything that way. So set a cross screen, have a guy come across the side, throw the ball down on the block, see what happens. I mean, get Jallo down there with his back to the basket, maybe move things around. Every time North has been able to get the ball into the lane, something positive has happened.
Yeah, no doubt Jallo is going to be the centerpiece for North. Other teams know that. They're going to key on him. They're going to try to make sure that Jallo does not do whatever he wants to do. So the other players do need to step up, and that's another thing Jallo needs to understand. He doesn't need to carry this team. They can work together. So a lot of those long three-pointers kind of unnecessary, in my opinion, in that first quarter. Drew Johnson, a new player on the court for the Olympians, number 10.
And you hope with Jallo, though, he just didn't go into a shell because of that. I mean, coach got on him a little bit. He's still got to play. I mean, he's still the best player on the floor. He's got to realize that and, keep plugging away. Tough start. Let's just, let's get back in it. Let's go.
No doubt that teams are going to, key on him. He's going to get frustrated. Yeah, how is he going to react to that is really the big question. Everyone that's a good player is going to get attention, but it's like, what do you do to get yourself to the next level?
Yeah. And so.
Go ahead.
I would say so far Foster for East, number 11, he's done a great job on Jallo. He hasn't needed any help.
Tanner McFall there with a steal. Pressured by Morgan. They're going to call the foul on the floor, I think.
Smart foul by Morgan there.
Believe that might be David's second. So with that second foul, well, no, they're not taking him out. Liam Wilkerson comes in for Tim Brewster. David Morgan does have 2 fouls.
East has got to try to find a way to get McFall the ball here. He hasn't touched the ball, I don't think, on the last 2 or 3 offensive possessions. Certainly one of their top scorers along with Foster. They got to find a way to get him the ball a little bit.
Well, and no question the Cougars are going to try to make that not happen. Cougars have rotated different players on him. Liam Wilkerson driving around, gets the ball to Jack Townsend. Thought about a 3, decides not to let it go. Rudder back to Townsend. He'll let that one go. No good. Ball bounces around a bit, ends up in the hands of Drew Johnson. That's Foster. Foster looking in, can't find anyone. Matthew Frost now.
They had the post feed to McFall there and just decided not to throw the ball to him.
They're calling yet again a held ball on a drive like that. Seems to be the go-to call for this officiating team. So the possession arrow favoring the Olympians, so they will retain possession again. Only an 11-8 game, so this score so far definitely favoring the Olympians.
Was that the Euro step that I saw there? Is that what that was, Jeff?
He did seem to take a lot of steps. That's Matthew Frost with the layup, jumping the lead now to 5. Jallo coming down.
And one thing Foster's done on Jallo, he's made him go to his left hand, which does make Musa a little bit more uncomfortable. Clearly a right-handed player than going to his right.
Townsend there, pulls up for 3, no good. Jallo tipping it around, picks it back up. Able to try to go in. Is fouled there by Foster. So only the 4th team foul against the Olympians.
I think over the course of the game, North probably a little more depth potentially than East Columbus, and you know, you hope towards the end of the game these guys start tiring out a little bit.
Yeah, East 7 seems to use a 7, if maybe 8-man rotation where the Cougars, wow, Musa just kind of slipped on that and unable to get a good pass off.
He's really pressing here. I don't know if it's the Cougars of Lore in the house tonight. The state championship team from 1997 was honored in between the JV and varsity game, as mentioned. So he may be pressing a little bit in front of those guys.
He could be. Definitely kids of Bloomington, especially Bloomington North, know of Coach McKinney and that 97 team, as well as the 2002 team that had Jared Jeffries and Sean May on that one. And yeah, so there could be a little bit of pressure on them. All right, pass stolen into Rudder. That goes into the hands of Musa Jallo. Up for a jam. It looked like the referee was going to call a foul and then chose not to.
Yeah, I mean, that was a clear foul and one. Very athletic play by Jallo. Caught the ball, one dribble up with two hands, slam dunk with the foul.
Maybe that'll get Musa going. Again, kind of surprised no foul. However, Painter finds himself all alone underneath for an easy 2.
Can't lose him. He's 6'7".
Yeah, hard to lose the 6'7" guy. Jallo cuts back, gonna do it again. Up for another slam jam for Musa Jallo.
No give and go.
So maybe that's really getting him on track, ready to go. Drew Johnson having a little trouble. Passes it off, gets it to Painter. Painter to Frost. In the corner, that was 21. That's Matthew Frost. Foster is number 11. Sorry, Matthew Frost with a three-point shot.
They're going to cut him off going right there.
No question, Jallo bigger. There we go. That's Liam Wilkerson with a three-point shot. Jallo much bigger than number 11, Jonathan Foster, 6'2" against 6'6". But Cougars aren't taking advantage of that on the post. Drew Johnson able to knock the ball off of Liam Wilkerson out of bounds. He got trapped there. Drew Johnson going to exit the game. Max Nolting coming back in for the Olympians.
Yeah, they found Frost in the corner there for a 3 on their last possession, but beyond that, you know, have not been in any kind of rhythm offensively, has Columbus East.
Frost able to get it into the hands of McFall. Probably part of that lack of rhythm is McFall not doing much. That is 32, Chaz Painter with a tip back. Still a 5-point game in favor of the Olympians.
There they flashed on a hedge there with Jallo to his left, bothering him a little bit. Gets the ball out of his hands.
That is Ethan Venzel, number 15, checked into the game. Jallo pulling up. Logan Calvin able to get the rebound. Some reason Logan Calvin is not putting the ball back up. That time, though, got in the hands of Liam Wilkerson for an easy 2, but that would have been a lot easier for Calvin to do that.
Somebody told him he wasn't allowed to shoot till second half or something.
Something strange going on. Calvin called on the foul here, poking the ball away. Thought it was clean, but they call the foul. 3-point game.
That or he's just wanting to pad his assist per game statistic.
That could be as well. He maybe saw the stats, wants to get himself up on the leaderboard there.
Calvin's a big boy.
He is big, and he is a hard worker. He is a stable force on the football field as well for the Cougar defense. McFall able to tip that up and in.
Yeah, McFall's inserted himself into the game here last 2 or 3 possessions, couple shots, rebounds. He's starting to get going.
Wilkerson into the hands of Venzel. Venzel now to Rudder. Rudder drives in. Venzel a good shooter. Drives to the middle, gets in the hands of Jallo. Jallo finds an opening, gets himself fouled on the way in.
A very nice play there by Calvin. Saw where the ball was. They weren't spaced very well, so he just turned around and set a screen on Jallo's man and got him to the rim.
So Musa Jallo is going to head to the free throw line, I think for the first time tonight, trying to cut into this 5-point lead of the Olympians. 3:40 to go in the second quarter. He hits the first. Couple of substitutions into the game. Number 44, Thomas Myers, and 33, Drew Hasten back in for the Olympians. So they do take McFall out and also Chaz Painter. So we'll see where the offense comes from for the Olympians at this point. Musa makes the second free throw, cutting it now to a 3-point advantage.
North not quite as good defensively without Brewster on the floor, in my opinion.
Yeah, he adds a little extra element of the guard defense Although Rudder able to knock this one away. Nice, easy, open layup for him.
Right on cue.
Right on cue. So 1 point ball game now. It's that steal and basket conversion for the Cougars. That's Frost again for three. He's off. Jallo able to corral that one, immediately takes it up court. However, it's a 1-on-3, I should say. So he gets it to Wilkerson. Wilkerson to Wenzel. Wilkerson
nice.
Then puts it back up.
Good
3-point basket. 2-point lead now for the Cougars.
Great awareness by Jallo there. He had a 1-on-3, made a nice skip pass across court, led to a three-pointer. Good court awareness there by Jallo rather than trying to force it down there.
Again, they're more successful when Jallo can do things like that rather than trying to force it all himself. Nice pass to Hasten. Hasten kind of stuck underneath with three Cougars around him. Gets the ball back. Myers now over to Foster. Foster no good. Cougars fight for it. That's Sean Rudder comes down with it. Rudder dribbles down. Going to set up the Cougar offense. Wenzel.
They are trying to do some more off the ball here, it looks like, with some sets and some off the ball screens.
Half court offense, something the Cougars are hot and cold with, it seems. Wenzel looked for Rudder. No, couldn't get it into him. Calvin setting screens out high, goes down low. Wilkerson now in the corner. He's kind of in a bit of trouble. Let his dribble up. Rudder, though, is going to find Ethan Wenzel from the corner. Shot it long, no good, air ball. So let's see what the Olympians can do. Myers able to drive in, unable to get it. That's Logan Calvin with good position. Going to call Myers on over the back there.
Yeah, ball went up. Calvin didn't follow the ball. He made sure he put his body on a man and came up with the rebound and a foul on Columbus East.
9 times out of 10, Logan Calvin is going to do the fundamentally correct thing. He does his job, which is always important for a team to have those role players who just know what they can do. However, saying that, I would like him to put it back up on a rebound now.
North one out of the bonus here, so it'd be good maybe to get Jallo trying to drive with the ball, get a ball foul here and get the free throw line potentially.
So Cougars with a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. Ball gets kind of knocked away. Jallo able to save it into the hands of Wenzel, who gets it to Wilkerson. That was Frost with a nice defensive play. Jallo pulls up for three and hits it.
Before that, Jeff, they did try to get Musa the ball down on the block. Here we got a steal.
Nice play by Wilkerson, able to knock it in the hands of Rudder. Rudder goes up. Tough layup there. He was going to have trouble converting that one. The ball knocked out of bounds there by Jonathan Foster.
Yeah, several years ago was the lost art of the mid-range jump shot. Now it's the post feed. I don't see people able to simply throw the ball down low very well anymore.
Well, it is the situation. Calvin underneath, too far underneath at that point. Jallo puts it up and good. Cougars on a bit of a big run here. 7-point advantage for them when they had been down 5 halfway through this quarter.
And Columbus East getting a little tired here towards the end of the half.
Really not getting McFall into the game, really. See how many times I can say really in one sentence. Foul called.
And North's got a couple to give here, at least one more. So if they want to try and get aggressive on the ball, they can do they got one more foul to give here, should they choose to.
Foul was called on Ethan Wenzel. He'll check out, put Tim Brewster back in, maybe for some good perimeter defense here for the Cougars with only 45 seconds left in the half. Nice feed underneath, however. Payson unable to handle it. Ball goes out of bounds. So Cougars with a 7-point lead now with 38 seconds to work will most likely play for one shot. Coach Andy Hodson holding up one finger for that one shot.
Yep, should be feel very good about this, having the last shot going into the half here up 7 the way they started the ball game.
Well, it looked like passes for Wilkerson, but Calvin was back there to retrieve it. Rudder going to take it back out to the top. 20 seconds remain. So Columbus East not just waiting back, they're making things happen too. Not content to let the Cougars just wait for the last shot. Going to make them work for it. Brewster. Now's when you got to get going here.
A little too
Ball
late
in the hands
here.
of Jallo. Solid screen set by Calvin into the corner for Wilkerson, who launches the air ball over the basket. So Cougars not able to effectively come up with points there on the last possession of the half. However, they will have the ball coming out of the half. So 29-22, your halftime score. Bill, so far, first quarter was definitely Columbus East pace. Second quarter looked like it was more North.
Yeah, and again, I think that started on the defensive end. Coach Hudson made a switch, I think, early on. I don't think they started the game in the half-court trap. I think they picked up full. But either way, it started East, turned the ball over a little bit, quick shots. They haven't been able to find McFall. And North was able to get into a little bit of a running game there a little bit, and Jallo getting to the rim a couple times.
Yeah, a couple of dunks there by Jallo got him going, and then the Cougars seemed to feed off of that. Once again, they can get Jallo into the offense. It's much better when he's part of the offense, not the offense. So we are going to take a break here at halftime. We'll be back with a couple minutes to go left in half. So once again, Cougars leading 29-22 over the Columbus East Olympians. Here on the night, they are honoring the 1997 final single-class basketball champion. The Cougars were the winners way back 20 years ago. We'll see you back again in a few minutes. Thank you. So we are back. Here we are in the Cougar Den, where they are honoring tonight the 20th anniversary of the 1997 final single-class basketball state champion, coached by Tom McKinney. Quite a run that they had, put it all together. Again, Indiana no longer using the single class. They were the last ones to be doing it. It was quite a treasure. The thought was we should go to multiple class, give more schools a chance to win a state championship. But, you know, the whole idea was that these small schools, they'd play the big schools, and while probably a state championship was not going to be in the cards like for Milan way back, the inspiration for the movie Hoosiers, but even when a small school would knock off the big team, so like Bloomington get knocked off by Brown County or Edgewood or something, was a big deal. So kind of a shame we've lost that, but that's what Indiana has decided to do. I think they found attendance has gone down. They found interest has gone down, but more kids with more of a chance to call themselves state champions, so who knows what's the right way.
Yeah, I mean, it's Indiana and it's basketball, so it is hard to go wrong either way. But interestingly, the team, the 97 team, they had, you know, just going through the players, the Reed twins, and people like Mario Weissang, obviously the big guns with Queth Duaney and Jabril, David McKinney. But they had a lot of good players. Everybody knew their part, and of course, Coach McKinney, one of the best ever, in my opinion, to coach state of Indiana high school basketball.
No question about that, in my opinion as well. Tom McKinney, one of the greats. He, in fact, still teaches at Indiana University a Indiana basketball, history of Indiana basketball course, which is a favorite of many students over the years. So I would love to go take that class myself, be honest with you. But Tom did a great job with those kids. Again, role playing is what is a very key thing to any team. Yeah, you want your stars, but not everybody's going to be a star. So how do the players react to that? How do they handle it? So they are able to play the roles and have success. Sorry, I was listening to PA announcer Kelly Smith kind of giving us a shout out right now as he's announcing our names as we are up here. Once again, those of you watching at home, you already know BHSNTV.com, but they were announcing to the crowd to watch us too. I got to say too, the kids are the camera operators. They're the ones calling the shots. The director, Sean Caudell, is the faculty sponsor, but it is student run, students doing all the work, and it is quite impressive. I think you'll agree at home. In fact, give some shout outs on the comments if you can later on YouTube when they replay it. So we're back into action. Musa Jallo able to finish up on the David Morgan miss, extending that Cougar lead now to 9.
Yeah, went with Morgan here, and right away gets in the lane, gets a shot up, draws another man over. Jallo follows.
Yeah, Morgan starts in place of Tim Brewster. Starters are all the same otherwise for both sides. McFall really having trouble getting going, which credit the Cougar defense on that. That's number 11, Jonathan Foster, able to knock in a layup.
Yeah, Foster's playing a good ball game thus far, defensively on Jallo, able to do some things offensively as well.
So finding Wilkerson in the corner for a 3. He hits it. Cougars jump out again. Something we noticed before, and I didn't pay attention to it while it was going on. We had seen earlier before the game that the Olympians did seem to struggle in the second quarter all season long, and they definitely did tonight as well.
Good point. Yeah, 8.7 points average throughout the year in the second quarter.
Not sure what it was this tonight, but it again, that's when the Cougars came from a sizable deficit to a sizable lead. I think a 12-point swing at one point. The Olympians able to go down and score on that, and Jallo, kind of an interesting play there, kind of ended up backwards.
Yeah, again, they forced Jallo left, and he's uncomfortable going that way.
Again, I don't think that three-point shot's what they need at that time. It's not in the flow of the offense. They could work something better. But Musa Jallo took the shot, unable to hit it. We do have a foul. Going to be called on, I believe, Sean Rudder.
There's no denying the athleticism that Musa Jallo has and the ability and potential for the next level, but there are certainly still areas of the game that he needs to focus on to improve.
That's Chaz Painter able to get a bit of a reach advantage on Logan Calvin. That's what 6'7" against 6'3" looks like. Calvin doing all he could, but unable to just counteract the reach advantage that Chaz Painter has. David Morgan driving in, puts up a shot.
Tough
goes
shot.
in.
That is a tough shot right there.
Pretty much probably, again, David looking for a foul, but doesn't get the foul, but gets the basket. Heck of a finish. That's McFall.
North staying in this 2-1-2-ish type of half-court defense.
Ball gets out to Max Nolting for a nice mid-range jumper. 6-point ball game. Cougars came out, stretch it to 9. It's back to 6. Calvin's got the ball underneath. They're going to quickly call another jump ball. Wow. They are quick on the jump balls, this crew.
Another good play again, just broken record here, but Morgan dribbling the ball in the lane, making something happen, get the ball down low. Unfortunate for North there, they get a quick tie-up call. Didn't even give Calvin a chance to, take a breath.
Yeah, it looks like he could have had it and wrestled it away, but they quickly, very quickly called the held ball, so possession arrow favoring the Olympians.
Yeah, my money would be on Calvin to wrestle the ball away in that situation.
Yeah. Anything involving the word wrestle, I'd give it to Calvin.
Yep.
So they get across the timeline. That's Myers. Ball knocked away by Wilkerson, but found back into the hands of Foster, and then a foul by the aforementioned Logan Calvin.
Looks like Columbus East against this trap is they're playing too much side to side. They need to play more north-south, I guess you'd call it in a football game. Try to get the ball down low, get in the middle of that thing. Quit trying to swing it around the perimeter. There's an entry pass right there.
There you go. And while they didn't convert, definitely the play to make, get that ball inside. Sean Rudder racing it across timeline. No look pass to Morgan in the corner. Dribbles it out of trouble out to Wilkerson. Jallo looking inside, going to drive in. Kind of left the ball back for himself. Mid-range jumper of his own, no good. Calvin does end up with the ball, but they're going to call him on a hack.
Yeah, not a foul you want to make there. I know Calvin's playing hard there. He's battling against these big guys, but certainly not a foul you want to make there.
Picks up his third, so it's going to maybe hamper him a little bit. He is the lone Cougar big body, really, that gets consistent playing time.
Last couple minutes been very reminiscent of the start of the game for North offensively.
That play there, you had Foster trying to find an open Chaz Painter. However, he threw the ball right into the arm of Musa Jallo.
That's a deflection, Jeff.
Yeah. That's a new stat they've been keeping track of now, the deflection. Thought that was a double dribble, but Calvin just now picked up his fourth.
Yeah, that's just playing tired or something there. I don't know. He just came down, didn't move his feet, and that is his fourth personal foul. That's
very flat-footed on that, and he fouls McFall.
That's a big foul there for North.
Also, one of those things, you get a player like McFall who's an offensive player. You know, one way those guys get going is at the free throw line. They can start getting their stroke back, shooting free throws. It helps them in the rest of their game. However, he misses the first, so that could be maybe a good sign for the Cougars. Number 21, Matthew Frost back in. He's a good shooter, hit a couple three-pointers in that first half. Cougars are going to need to keep an eye on him. Be interesting to see what they do with Calvin now on the bench, most likely for a significant amount of time. Ball tips away, ends up into the hands of Jallo. He's going to bring it up the court himself.
I missed both of those there. That's tough there for McFall. He's having a tough ball game so far.
He really is. Credit the Cougars with some good defense on there, but everybody does have an off night. Tonight might just be McFall's. They're going to say no on the continuation. Foul before the shot.
That could have gone either way there. I know we're not in college or the NBA, but he looked pretty close to the act of shooting there. But again, more aggressive play from Morgan. He seems to be the spark plug in the half court for North.
So that's the second foul on Max Nolting. Once again, Jallo pulling up, and it's no good. I think they have a lot of empty possessions with Jallo shooting a long jump shot when that really doesn't fit into what their offensive plan is. Jallo came over, but Rudder able to knock the ball away first. Rudder taking it into traffic.
Good job there. Really good job.
Able to go and make the basket. However, foul called way before that probably about the top of the key.
The last 2 jump shots from Jallo, again, broken record here, but they are giving him his left hand, and he's taken 1 dribble with his left hand, and he's gone up, and he's just not as comfortable. Just go ahead and drive then. If there's no reason to take the jump shot. Go left and drive that thing down there.
Right. He's more effective as a driving player anyway, but he's been taking a lot of jump shots tonight. Cougars, however, 6-point lead. We are halfway through the 3rd quarter. Jallo that time he drives, kicks it out to Wilkerson, who quickly fakes his man, gets him in the air, cuts around him, and a nice layup.
Get the ball in the paint, something's going to happen.
Just one of those things, law of averages. The closer you are to basket, the more likely it's going to go in.
The defenders have to come over and help, all kinds of fun stuff.
Creates a lot of openings for passes, like right there.
Good hard play there by Musa.
Able to wrestle the ball away, goes in the hands of Jack Townsend. That's going up. No good, however. Jack Townsend taking a 3, though, is kind of along the lines of a layup when he's hot. When he's not, it is obviously not going to go that way.
He struggled tonight.
Air ball 3-pointer, and now Cougars kind of just let it go. That was not a smart play by the Cougars. They kind of just thought it was going to go. Hustle play by number 11, Jonathan Foster, able to go in and dive, get the ball into the hands of another Olympian, and then foul done by Musa Jallo.
Another thing to consider, both teams played last night, coming off, full games on a Friday night, turn around playing Saturday night. That's probably having some effect on the play we're seeing.
Yeah, so takes its toll. Musa Jallo taking it to the hole through some success there. Something we'd like to see him do more often. I'm sure Coach Andy Hodson would as well. See what McFall can do. McFall definitely drawing tons of attention on the offensive end by the Cougars.
He doesn't much even want the ball at this point, I don't think.
Long 3-pointer put up by Nolting, but it is good. He kind of just put that up. That wasn't even in the flow of the offense. He just kind of got the ball and put it up. Chaz Painter going to come back in, see what the absence of Logan Calvin's going to mean for Calvin Painter on the inside.
Yeah, they haven't used Painter much offensively. Now's the time to certainly go that route against North, much smaller lineup.
Jallo on the outside trying to find some room, does drive in, draws the foul. You're not going to draw a lot of fouls taking jump shots. You are going to draw fouls going to the basket.
Yep, and I mean, it's easier said than done. You got a guy in front of you. You got to take, you just got to be real strong with the ball, take a power dribble, keep that thing low and stay athletic, get in the lane and spring up and then let your ability take over.
I'm sure that Jallo has taken a pounding over the course of the season when he does drive in, and I'm sure that takes its toll, but way more effective driving in to get the foul, go to the free throw line. Jallo, a solid free throw shooter. Cougars now take a 9-point lead, 2:15 to go, 3rd quarter here. Looks like Coach Chitty's going to want to call a timeout once they got across the line. He wants a full timeout to talk this one over.
They just have not solved, this defense. I don't think it's anything too comprehensive or too out there that North's throwing at them, but North's got some length, they got some quickness, and these guys from Columbus East right now, they just have not found the right spot on the floor to get people in. That is difficult to do against any kind of defense that's not man-to-man or zone. But again, I go back to it looks like they're swinging the ball across the perimeter too much. They need to try to get flashes in the lane and get somebody down low, get an entry pass down inside somewhere, even if it's at the free throw line. North's extending that defense way out to the half court. Continually we see Columbus East playing well back away from the basket. Somehow, some way, get that thing down towards the basket if you're the Olympians.
Yeah, I mean, the Cougars are having the success going to the basket. They seem to be tonight, as the game has gone on, started to go more and more driving to the basket, finding more success. You'd think that the Olympians would want to do the same thing, which I'm sure they do. It also, you do question, again, not having seen in a single game the Olympians played this far, but with McFall being their number one guy, he has pretty much been taken out of the offense. You wonder how much of an effect that has on him.
North coming out in man-to-man here.
Townsend trying to guard, but pass there made by Max Nolting ended up finding the elbow of Liam Wilkerson, but he couldn't do much with it. So
even when Columbus East player does drive around, North's doing a good job with help. They're doing a good job with the passing lanes and awareness of where the ball is at all times.
So, and we really haven't seen him going into Painter. There you had a miscommunication between Foster and Nolting as Foster throws the ball out of bounds thinking Nolting was going to be one place, and he wasn't.
We can see the steam coming from Coach Chitty's ears from the stands here from our vantage point.
Really haven't heard a whole lot from Coach Chitty. He's got a commanding voice that you can hear when he wants to be heard.
Oh, nice play here.
Nice pass inside, but David Morgan unable to do anything against McFall. This time puts it back up, no good. Jallo crashing in, luckily did not get a foul on him there. East back the other way, that's Frost, no good, but Painter able to follow up with the layup.
Not sure why Frost decided to shoot that layup with his left hand.
Yeah, that was awkward on the right-hand side going with his left hand, but he chose to do it. Jack Townsend putting up three, no good. He's been off to the right both shots this quarter. Boy, David Morgan underneath kind of all alone, but unable to convert. Tim Brewster going to now check back in for the Cougars. Coming in for Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan playing a good ball game, just all around the ball, every time you turn around. That time probably could have slipped the ball to Jallo there to finish, but you're never going to fault a kid for that.
No, he was open. He just did not finish. Obviously, Jallo able to do more of a commanding finish. So that's balls into Painter again. Painter, I think, is going to be able to do pretty much what he wants with a smaller Cougar lineup.
Yep, they flashed him in the lane instead of moving the ball. They got it down low. They got it inside the paint, almost like a double flash because Jallo's picking up whoever's coming in the middle. And if they get him picking up the first guy, and then they rolled Painter behind him, Painter's wide open.
Yeah, that play is going to be there all night until the Cougars figure that out. Jallo once again pull up three, no good. We've got a 5-point ball game, and Columbus East with the ball. Again, I just do not see those jump shots being part of the flow of the offense. Let's see what McFall can do. Double teamed. Cougar defense does extend itself way out. You would think there'd be more opportunities for the Olympians. However, there hasn't been but a 3-point shot there by Max Nolting, and just like that, it's a 2-point game. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
And Nolte shoots it good.
Yeah, he's able to convert there. We've now got ourselves a ball game, which looked like the Cougars were in pretty solid command of. Cougars kind of standing around. They got to get going here. Rudder drives in. Tim Brewster from the corner, no good. McFall rebounds, and so kind of a tale of two different parts of a quarter there. Looks like the Cougars had control early, but then it is a quick pushback by Columbus East. Cougar offense hit a bit of a stall, so now you've got a 2-point ball game. Cougars up 42-40.
Yeah, I think you just got to commit to what you're doing if you're North. I don't know if they got tired a little bit. East certainly got some things going offensively towards the end of that quarter, but more of the same for North. Whenever we're seeing a dribble jump shot just inside the 3-point line from Jallo, usually coming up empty. Looking at some statistics here for Columbus East, Nolting shooting 44% on the year from 3-point range. Only put up 34 of them all year. Certainly the two that we've seen him take look pretty true. Foster can shoot the ball as well at 46%. So, East has some options here from 3-point range.
Yeah, the Cougars, I think, did find out that having Logan Calvin out of the middle started then taking a toll. Cougars have kind of had this as their pattern. They've, in some games, gotten out to a lead and then watched it evaporate. Definitely last weekend at Terre Haute South, they jumped out to a very big lead. I think they were up 20-5 or some sort of large lead early, and then it just gradually over the course of the rest of the game, it dwindled away.
Yeah, they definitely relaxed there. They got up by 9 halfway through that third quarter, and you could tell that they just sort of relaxed. And I think that happened with Calvin going out of the ball game. They are going to bring him in here with 4 fouls to start the fourth quarter.
So Logan's going to need to be pretty diligent. There we go. Jack Townsend from the corner hits a 3. Hopefully he can get himself going. Again, when he is set and gets an opportunity, he is going to knock down the majority of those shots.
There's a big shot there for North.
So let's see what they decide to do. Again, Calvin now in the middle. Chaz Painter back About 15 feet back on that shot. No good. Ball ends up in the hands of Townsend. Cross court to Wilkerson.
Big time rebound from Calvin there on the defensive end.
Rudder was looking for Jack Townsend, but he cut away. See what Jallo can do backing down. That's more of a smooth move there by Jallo. Like to see that more than the jump shot.
Certainly, getting the ball in a position closer to the basket. Start with your back to the basket. He's 12, 13 feet away. Let him make a move, and he did.
You know, again, a talented ball handler, but he is 6'6", so he can do more. Try to lob play there. Logan Calvin tracks it down. Cross-court pass into Jallo. Puts it up, gets himself fouled. Looks like he was going to be able to do something more athletic with that, but then could not. Went down hard, coming up a little slowly.
I mean, he had a clear path to the left side of the rim there. You know, just left-handed layup would have been the play. I don't know if he was trying to get fouled or, again, maybe shying away from that left hand a little bit.
Yeah, maybe wanted a more spectacular dunk or something like that, but he was definitely wide open to just lay it in left-handed. So once again, with the kind of game of runs back and forth, the Cougars now with a 7-point lead at the line. Musa Jallo trying to hit a couple of free throws to up it to 9.
Yeah, this would be big for North to start here and get these two.
Yep, able to hit the first. Kind of the score, one that's going to, looks like it favors more of the Columbus East style. Cougars, I think, are going to be hard-pressed to get up to 70 points at this time. But Jallo hits both, 49-40. We got 6:47 to go.
This is where you got to get a stop. This is where you dig in.
Right, this is the chance to now really put the pressure on Columbus East, kind of deliver that knockout punch rather than ease up, let them back in the game, and then do the back and forth. You always want that killer instinct for the team to be able to not put a team away.
One really good job by North, almost disguising what they were going to do defensively. It looked like a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, it looked like Drew Johnson, number 10, was kind of confused as he was coming across the timeline, didn't know where to go. They do end up with a driving play. That is Jonathan Foster going to go to the line. However, that foul is against Logan Calvin, unfortunately, his 5th foul. So with 6:26 to go, Cougars are now losing Logan Calvin for the rest of the game. It will be interesting to see what Columbus East can do inside with the big presence of Logan Calvin out of the game.
Interestingly, when he went out last time, it wasn't underneath that they were winning the battles. They hit a couple threes, but I think that certainly any time that he's out for the rest of the game, certainly not a good thing for North.
No, 6.5 minutes, quite a long time.
And we forgot we've got 2 free throws awarded to a player if he hits the the front end.
I think the problem was we had a player checking in before the first free throw. Usually it's in between free throws. So when David Morgan came in for Logan Calvin, about half the team was confused.
That's why you're the best in the business right there, Jeff.
Little observation there. So Musa Jallo bringing across Jack Townsend. Jack trying to create his own shot, unable to do so.
And that's a mismatch for him. He's got big Painter 6'7" on him. Like to see if Townsend could do something off the dribble maybe.
Right. Or like what he's doing, just kind of keep Painter out of the middle. Musa Jallo, silly reach foul there. I believe that's going to be his 3rd.
It was a good drive there with the left hand from Musa. He was strong there, went into the paint. I don't mind that shot at all. He's going to convert that or get fouled more than half of the time.
However, when he comes back with the foul, that now puts Columbus East into the 1-on-1. This is something we saw in the JV game where the Cougars had a lead but kept sending Columbus East to the line where they can score with the clock stopped.
Just can't get that defensive possession. They've had it to 9 points a couple different times here, and they just can't get that defensive possession to get the ball back and really put this thing away. Now we're down to a 5-point lead again, and anything can happen.
Matthew Frost able to hit both free throws, so 5-point game now, 6 minutes to go. Cougars going to try to run some offense. No need to force things. Able to get it down inside to Jallo. He's going to kick it out. That's Liam Wilkerson in his spot in the corner. He is very good on the baseline and hits yet another 3-pointer.
Really nice post feed from Morgan there. That's a tough play with somebody fronting Jallo like he was, and Jallo with the extra pass.
Yeah, when Jallo looks again, the guys are open when he's being double or even triple teamed. So
it started with getting him the ball down low, closer to the basket again. I think if they get him in that position as opposed to on the perimeter, good things are going to happen for North offensively.
He is going to draw a lot of attention when he gets the ball close to the basket, and that just leaves other players open. So Johnson trying to force a pass in, knocks around. They're going to just call that off of the Cougars. That could have gone either way.
Well, it is a deflection, Jeff, so we can add it as a deflection to
right. Pretty easy deflection when the pass goes in and they fire it right at your arm. But so Drew Johnson working on Jack Townsend.
Good defense there for Townsend.
Yeah, nice job by Jack. Not known for his defense. Sean Rudder, however, taken down pretty easily by Matthew Frost. Size mismatch on that one. But quickly back the other way, David Morgan. Rudder going to drive in.
Now, I don't know how they're going to wave this off.
I think that what they're going to say is that the shot fake, the guy was landing on him, and then Sean was going to go up. I was afraid they were going to get a travel call on there. But so the call was that he was still on the ground when the player came down on him. So Cougars get the ball, only the 5th team foul against the Olympians this half, so not in the 1-and-1 yet. Boy, they are definitely, I thought it was a switch mismatch maybe, but now they've switched. But Painter seems to be guarding Jack Townsend most of the time.
Yeah, they have not had him on Jallo at all, that's for sure.
Yeah, usually putting McFall on him, but
and Foster 11's been doing what he can.
Columbus East doing a lot of switching in their man-to-man.
Yeah. Good patient set here from North.
Well, Jallo knocking it around. Not sure the one place we can't see on the court is where the ball was that time. So came out, but much more patient job by the Cougars and ended up with a good shot. 3-point shot put up by McFall, no good. Townsend able to get it to Jallo. Jallo slowing it down. Could have had it to Wilkerson up ahead, but decided to slow it down. 4 minutes to go. 6-point lead. Townsend, though, decides all of a sudden he's going to put one up from way far away. No good.
That was not a patient set. Looks like they should give this ball back to North potentially, I thought. Either way, even in the JV game, Jeff, we talked about when you have a lead with 4 minutes left, 6-7 points, you're in that region where you want to be patient, but you can't take the foot off the pedal. So again, North's going to have to figure out how they want to play this. I think you keep trying to score as much as possible.
Right. Again, don't want to be too complacent, but boy, Townsend put the pedal on the floor there with that one. All right.
Every
Columbus
time
East misses a shot, they get the ball back to the Cougars.
Every time they've gotten the ball to Musa down on the block, something's good has happened.
Boy, I think that was a little bit of acting, a little bit of potential foul, but they do call it on Musa Jallo. That's going to be his 4th. 3:44 to go. Already have lost Logan Calvin. You sure don't want to lose Musa Jallo. You got to think that Columbus East Olympians are going to be going after Jallo now to try to get him out of the game. McFall underneath, kind of a circus shot, gets it to fall. Things might be changing here. We got a 4-point game now.
A tough shot from McFall there.
If he heats up now, that could be bad news for the Cougars. Spin move by Morgan, gets himself, boy, that's a nice job. He spins and then gets himself set as he's in the air for a nice look at the basket. Gets fouled, misses a shot.
Well, I am surprised to see they are going to say he was in the act of shooting on that one, Jeff. So we are going to have 2 shots here.
Yeah, they've been a little bit strange on their continuation calls, but Morgan hits the first. 5-point game now, 3:16 to go. Again, the big thing to watch is going to be Musa Jallo with his foul situation.
Big play there from Morgan. Steadies North, gets ball, gets 2 free throws. Again, I think he's been played as well as anybody on the court today.
So 6-point game. Yeah, David Morgan's had a lot of good games his last few weeks, showing what it is he can do as he comes back from that injury. Cougars decide to go with the idea of taking Jallo out, bring in Tim Brewster. So let's see what happens with him out of the game. Hopefully then resting him, he can come back for the last couple of minutes with those 4 fouls on him.
Yeah, what you lose is what you saw right there, which is they put Musa in the middle of their 2-1-2 or trap or zone or whatever, and you got a big 6'6" body in there, long arms, and now there's a big hole there, and Columbus East exploited it right away.
Yeah, Jallo immediately back up. He's coming back in. What happened there? Sean Rudder tried to come over, take the charge, was way late doing that. Jonathan Foster, the senior for Columbus East, able to hit his shot, now shooting a free throw to maybe make this a 3-point ball game. It is not. He misses it into the hands of Sean Rudder, off to Musa Jallo.
You know what's worked if you're North so far?
Boy, Jallo went a little deep, got himself in trouble. Surprised one of the Olympians didn't try to draw a charge on that. Jallo bailed out there by a foul.
Yeah, definitely bailed out there. I mean, again, what's worked thus far, clearly every time for North, is if they get Morgan the ball in the wing, or if they're able to dump the ball down, Morgan down to Jallo near the block. Something good has happened on every offensive possession. When they get away from that, anything goes.
That was jack of all trades, Brian Mulehouse, as he swept up the excess moisture there. Brian, a teacher here at North, golf coach for both the boys and the girls, and pretty good with the mop.
2:49 left. Cougars up 4. Columbus East going to take a timeout, talk about it. Coach Chitty's probably going to review, a couple plays deep here of what they want to do. North has 9 fouls, so the next foul that North commits, they will put Columbus East in the double bonus. Certainly not something that you want to do, if you're North.
No, the Cougars with the lead do not want to be the ones fouling, and again, they added the add to the problem. Then the Olympians will be shooting 2 for every foul from this point on. Cougars are in the 1-1. They should be driving in. The Olympians, if they decide to go with the strategy later on, could do the fouling, get the 1-1 as the game winds down.
Jeff, it'll be real interesting to see if North sticks with that defense. Now, they are going to have Jallo on the floor, but certainly if he's off the floor and Calvin is off the floor, I think you lose the effectiveness of the defensive set they've ran for most of the game.
And Jallo also hamstrung with those 4 fouls, so he's not able to be as aggressive as he would like. We are going to see now 2 free throws from Musa Jallo. Connects on the first, upping that lead to a 5-point lead. Again, scoring-wise, much more of a Columbus East type game. However, Cougars in the lead, now by 6. Tim Brewster going to come in, giving Musa Jallo another break. We'll see what the Olympians decide to do here offensively. Try to take advantage of a much, much smaller Cougar lineup.
I mean, now you've got Rudder, who plays hard and is a tough kid, but he's in the middle of this zone here.
Putting a 6'1", 6'2" guy in the middle of your zone is probably not a recipe for success. As easily, Jonathan Foster able to do a rebound basket with no one inside. So Andy Hodson wants to talk that over. 2:35 now to go. Might be wanting to, looks like, yes, get Musa Jallo back into the game with that timeout.
Well, one of the things that, in addition to when you're in a zone, it's very difficult to rebound on long shots particularly. It's hard to find somebody to block out if you're not matched up on somebody. So add to the fact that you don't have Jallo and Calvin in the game, your leading rebounders, and then you're in the zone, clearly then, you've got problems on when it comes to offensive rebounds for Columbus East.
Yeah, always the problem of a zone. Man-to-man, you've got a guy, you know where he is, hopefully, so you're going to put your body on him. That's the key to good rebounding, is blocking out. Zone, you don't know where they are. You got to try to find them. The ball's in the air. Offense is able to usually knife through, as Foster did quite well, getting that basket. So, 4-point lead.
Columbus East going to pick up full court here.
Cougars do have Jallo back in. They get the inbounds pass to him. He quickly gives it back to Rudder. It's always nice when the biggest guy on the team is also your best ball handler, though, as Jallo is.
And I think if you're Hodson, no matter what, I think you stick with Jallo on the floor on the defensive end.
Right, now that we're almost 2 minutes left in the game, I think he should be in for the rest of it. And able to drive in and dunk. Nice play by Musa Jallo, upping that lead now to 6. And then Jallo able to knock the ball away.
Those are the type of sequences are the reason that he's getting interest from the top levels of D1 right there.
Those are combination of athleticism and hard work right there. That was a nice bit of time there for Jallo. However, inbound play finding a wide open Nolting. Unfortunately for the Olympians, he misses the shot. Cougars 6-point advantage now, under 2 minutes to go. Jallo going to drive in yet again. Able to get the ball into Morgan's hands.
Oh, good play.
Nice play by David Morgan. Musa Jallo, he kind of went through the lane, got knocked down. Coach Chitty not happy with a couple of his team players on his team right now.
And I'll tell you, I will say this in Jallo's defense. Officials sometimes when you have a player on the floor that's clearly better than everybody else, I mean, from a pure talent standpoint, they get banged around a little bit and don't get the benefit of the doubt on. And certainly there's been 4 or 5 times that Jallo's driven into the lane and got bumped, hacked, and there's been no call on that. So, kid's playing hard.
Yeah, you don't always get the call. It happens, unfortunately, to sometimes the better player who, he goes through. It's just so common for him to make plays that they just don't blow the whistle.
Heads up play by Morgan there, got the ball, realized that they were out of position defensively, took it to his left hand and was able to make a layup there. And
right.
North with 8-point lead here, $1:42 on the clock. I really think in good position. It'd be interesting to see what Coach Chitty decides to do offensively. I think they try to find Nolting if you can. He's been the sharpshooter thus far. Let's get a 3 if you're Columbus East potentially, and North better be aware of that.
Also, Matthew Frost, 21, a good shooter as well. They do decide to take Jallo out at this point. He is not on the court. McFall finds Nolting, back to McFall. Great defense by the Cougars on the perimeter. However, going to call David Morgan. I believe that is going to be his 4th.
Been a lot more contact than that throughout this game. So you just hope guys would call things consistently throughout the game. Not so sure there.
That foul going to send Nolting to the line for 2 free throws. 8-point differential. Exactly a minute and a half to go. Now it's a 7-point. Musa Jallo going to come back in along with Thomas Myers of the Olympian.
Nolting shooting 80% from the line this year, so that's that's not a guy you want to necessarily have there right now.
No, not the person you want to put on there. Again, Cougars putting the Olympians in the double bonus now. Any foul being an automatic. 2 free throws. Nolting hits both. 6-point ball game.
Just can't put them away here. They're sticking around. Give them credit.
Yeah, Olympians are not going away, which you wouldn't think a team coached by Brent Chitty is going to do that. Able to get across timeline. David Morgan has some open room.
Good play there by Jallo, getting the ball up. Nice pass up the floor. Creeping in on a minute here.
Morgan getting it into Wilkerson's hand, but then Wilkerson deciding to not take the shot, kick it back out, run a little bit of time off the clock. Leads to a foul. Sean Rudder going to go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yep, still in the 1-and-1, so that's the play if you're Columbus East down 6.
So the chess match as players come in and out. Cougars taking out Musa Jallo. The Olympians bring in the 6'7" Chaz Painter into the game. Ethan Wenzel going to come in for David Morgan, oddly enough. I guess they don't want Morgan picking up that 5th foul, so can probably assume that after this play, hopefully Rudder will hit the free throws. He rattles the first one in. That after the next stoppage, you're going to see Jallo and Morgan come back in.
I understand the offensive, defensive, getting those folks, make sure they don't foul out. But I think you try to win the ball game.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think you're trying to think too much.
Yep, there may not be a stoppage of play, and now you've got a couple of your players on the floor.
Nolting is about halfway in, comes back out. Painter able to put it up and in.
Yeah, that's where they're losing Jallo and Morgan, a couple physical players down low, get an offensive rebound there. Again, I'm not so sure about having these guys on the bench, but
interesting play there. The Cougars kind of threw the ball away, but Coach Andy Hodson had called a timeout, keeping that from happening. A little confusion amongst the referees on that situation.
The shot from Nolting was about as close to going in without going in as a shot can be.
Yeah, that one, physics prevented that from going in somehow, but that looked like it was going to go in. Since he did miss it, it is now a 6-point lead for the Cougars. We are just under 1 minute left to go. However, as we know, there's more than a minute going to be played right now. They are going to definitely play lots of stoppages, a lot of the chess match fouls are going to go on, and it's just, these are the minutes that take a long time.
Yep, Columbus East still has to score 6 points just to get even with North, so North in a very good position. You'd love to see them pull off the win here with the majority of the 97 championship team in the house. Coach McKinney's here. Certainly would be, one you want to put away.
Yep, you definitely want to win for the guys who won the state championship. Still, some reverence for those guys over the years, 20 years gone.
Columbus East going to pick up full court again here.
So Cougars going to need to get it up against the full court press. Rudder looking in, does not have the advantage to move along the line since the timeout, but into the hands of Morgan. Morgan.
Very strong with the ball. I mean, he didn't do the right thing by dribbling in the corner necessarily, but boy, he's strong with that ball.
Yeah, he held on to that ball, got himself fouled there, so he can go to the line. He will be shooting 1-1. This will be the last time the Cougars will be shooting a 1-1. From here on out, it will be double bonus for them, but crucial free throws here to hit the first end.
Morgan looked pretty good on the last two. I'd expect the first one to go in here.
As, of course, with every announcer, the shot is missed once we say things like that. So Columbus East bringing it quickly up the court. That's McFall. Drives in, kind of a circus shot, no good. He has just not had rhythm, but Painter is the one able to get the rebound. That's just size advantage thrown in with two guys for the Cougars now, Jallo and Morgan with 4 fouls.
I got to go back to the beginning of the game where I said Rudder wouldn't be able to check number 25 there, McFall. I was absolutely wrong about that. Rudder has played a good ball game defensively against him.
McFall definitely the main option for the Olympians, and he has been most definitely taken out of the game. Lob pass. Townsend trying to get it to Jallo.
Yeah, not a smart play there at all. You got 30 seconds left on the clock. You're up 6 points, and now look out.
Luckily for the Cougars, Frost missed that into the hands of Jallo. Jallo fighting. Man, not sure why the referees did not call a foul sooner than that. They didn't, but finally they do. Yeah, you want that impressive play. You'd love to see the lob play and the dunk. Yeah, that'd be neat, but man, with 6 points, the game's still not totally put away. Do the smart thing.
Coach is letting him know right now.
Yeah. Again, end of the day, these are still kids, but they've got to learn what's the smart play to make.
Yeah, be aware of the situation. I think a lot of that's been, again, I don't want to sound like the old fogey, but I think a lot of that has been lost in basketball, high school, college, and on up. Be aware of the situation. Be aware of what's going on and what play needs to be made and what not to do.
Without a doubt. I mean, that's, if that's pulled out, then they've got a foul. There's no question. Luckily, Frost missed that three-pointer. But if he doesn't, that's a whole different game we're going to be playing in. Frost going to now come up, pull up. He misses that one as well into the hands of Musa Jallo. This one's pretty much going to be over. Columbus East going to let it go. Cougars going to dribble the clock out as Coach Brent Chitty and Andy Hodson shaking hands at midcourt. Pretty good night for the Cougars again as they celebrate the 20th anniversary championship team, the 1997 final single class basketball state champions. They like to brag on that one. But Cougars kind of slow start, got it going. Not sure what Columbus East's deal with the second quarter is, but that's when the Cougars came back. But the Olympians fought back as well, kind of back and forth. Cougars then built a bit of an advantage and able to hold on for a 7-point victory.
Yeah, not sure Columbus East played their best ball game of the year. Certainly think these guys played 10 times. It would be, it would be close. going back quickly, Jeff, to what you mentioned before we wrap up here about the what we were talking about with awareness on the court and things like that. One thing about North, I think they need that floor general out there. I think they look to Musa, and he's the guy, and he's the active guy. I'd like to see Rudder, Morgan, one of those two guys really take the team by the reins and make sure people are making the right plays and be a leader out there.
Right. I mean, not to knock on Musa, the kid's got a tremendous amount of talent, but he is quick to pull up, throw up a three, or even just a long range two, and that doesn't serve what's best for the team in that situation. And so, yeah, a field general who could be the one holding the ball, let Musa then get inside and then kick it back out when he's double, triple team, that would be way more effective. However, Cougars successful tonight, able to pull now to, I believe, even. They are 7-7. The Olympians fall to 6-9, ending their modest 2-game win streak. So as the teams are kind of working things through, getting ready for sectional play, which is in a couple of weeks from now, definitely a good win for the Cougars. I think they saw the offense work well. The defense did a nice job shutting down Tanner McFall, who had been the Columbus East option most of the time. Give a lot of credit to that to Sean Rudder. So once again on the night where they honored the 1997 state champion team here at the Cougar Den with Tom McKinney Court and Tom McKinney and the team honored. Another good night for the Cougars here at home. Anything to wrap it up?
Well, I just, I think North, they're dangerous. I think with Jallo, anytime you got a player with his caliber on the floor, I think if they put some things together, I think they can make some noise in the sectional. I think they get the right personnel on the floor. I think Coach Hodson did a nice job tonight. Obviously, scouting report on McFall, and then the defensive set that he went to and stuck with. I think that both were well-coached teams, but I wouldn't necessarily want to play North in the sectional.
No, I think they gave South a run for their money, and definitely a game they could win. So we're going to close it out here. Cougars 63-56 victors over the Columbus East Olympians. For Bill Walters, I'm Jeff Aiken, and we are signing off. Thank you.